Welcome back to Hashtag That. I'm Zach Stokinger.
And I'm EJ Gorman. From Mario to Piece by Piece, we're back with the latest entertainment news updates.
All that and more from Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
From Hamden to Hollywood,
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Last Thursday, popular British media personality Andreas Felipe Valencia, better known as Young Philly, was arrested while on tour in Australia. Philly was charged with 4 counts of sexual penetration without consent, 3 counts of assault occasionally bodily harm, and 1 count of impeding a person's normal breathing or circulation by applying pressure to the neck. The news comes as a surprise to many fans, as the young entertainer has been on the rise throughout the past couple of years. Philly has been a frequent collaborator with popular British YouTube groups such as The Sidemen and Beta Squad. The Sidemen have yet to make a statement but have removed all videos with Philly in them. Philly has yet to release a statement as well, as his frequent collaborator Chunks has also not released a statement. Philly was arrested in Perth and is to remain there until his trial.
New information arises about the Sean Diddy Combs parties as Kanye West is now getting involved in a lawsuit. Kanye West's ex-assistant, Lauren Peixoto, claims in a lawsuit that she was sexually assaulted during what was called a studio session with both West and Combs. She claims that she was given a drink from West that had an unidentified drug mixed into the beverage. While Combs is not the main subject of the lawsuit, as West ordered the drink to be poured, Combs allegedly co-hosted the studio session, so his name is still being thrown into the lawsuit. It seems that new information continues to come out in regards to these so-called Diddy parties. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and more information will surely be revealed in time.
On a lighter note, I have to say waking up every morning and hearing Mario was not on my 2024 bingo card. But expect the unexpected, as the Japanese media giant Nintendo announced last Wednesday that a Mario-themed alarm clock is now available for purchase. The clock boasts the normal feature you would get with any old alarm clock, as well as an interactive screen, where you're able to interact with Mario and Zelda characters throughout your wake-up routine. Before everyone runs to grab their wallets, the alarm clock is only available to purchase on Nintendo's site. It is only for Nintendo Switch Online members, and it retails at a crisp $99.99. So if you're a die-hard Nintendo fan, you're gonna have to fork over some serious dough.
Fan favorite of season 33 of Dancing with the Stars, Reginald Reggie VelJohnson, has been eliminated. The 72-year-old actor, who is known for his roles in Family Matters and Die Hard, has most recently been in the spotlight for showing off his dance moves in the newest season of Dancing with the Stars. He has tugged at the heartstrings of every single viewer with his story and became an immediate star of the show. Unfortunately, after weeks of showing off his dance moves and stealing everyone's hearts, his time on the show has come to an end. He has stated that his partner Emma Slater is his friend forever, and that the most surprising thing about this whole experience is that he did it and is still standing. While Reggie may be done dancing for now, the experience on the show will be something that he will definitely never forget.
Fall Fest was back this weekend with a killer performance from the 502s. Here covering what went on during the festival is Josh Cook.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Josh from Hashtag That, and today I'm going to be covering the Fall Festival for 2024. We got the 502s performing. There's a lot of games on the lawn of the quad, and there's a lot of food trucks going around, so we got a lot of things going for today, and it's going to be a great event.
I think it's really cool to see the whole school come together for this. It's like really chill, really low key. I think it's a great event, all in all.
I feel like there's a really great turnout. I have worked on this event since I was a sophomore and now I'm a grad student. So just getting to see how it changes from year to year is really awesome. I think we have a great artist. I think a lot of people are just sitting and enjoying everything, and that's what makes this whole process worth it, is just to see people enjoying it.
I am loving it so far.
It's been pretty good.
It's been like an elite event, like 2019 Kawhi Leonard elite.
I like the 502s. It really matches the vibe we have going here. Like, it's very low key, and I think it's nice that we're giving attention to smaller bands.
They've been pretty cool. I mean, I've gotten pretty up close with them since I'm here for press, so it's been pretty fun.
I've never heard of them before, but they're low-key cooking right now. Like the sax guy, like, I love him.
And I think they just embody the vibes of the day super well, this country, indie, folk kind of sound. I think it's very fall, so I'm very happy with it.
Today's Fall Fest seems like it was a big success. A lot of people was excited for this event. It seemed like a good turnout, from the event people to people walking around. Everybody seemed to have a good time. The 502s, people said that they fit the campus perfectly. They fit the vibe of fall. There was a lot of food trucks. People love the food here. I love the food here. I think it was a good turnout this year, and I'm happy with it.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try and to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Here with What in the World to fill us in on everything going on with entertainment internationally is Brittany Braunleben.
Thanks, guys. There's way too much happening across seas, and I'm here to fill you in on all the latest. Let's get started. Kate Middleton and the Prince have made their first public engagement together since the Princess of Wales has announced the completion of her chemotherapy. The two took a quick trip to Southport, United Kingdom on October 10th to pay respects after 3 young girls were stabbed and 10 others were injured after a Taylor Swift dance event in July. At this engagement, the royals met with the first responders who were at the scene the night of the incident. The couple also met with families of the 3 victims in private. Rise's Suhan was announced that he will be quitting K-pop group 2 days after SM Entertainment Agency announced his return. This comes after Suhan went on a long hiatus. The 20-year-old artist expressed his desire to leave the band for a while but wanted to safeguard the members of the boy band and his fans' feelings. SM Entertainment made an official announcement saying, quote, "First, we sincerely apologize to all the Bryce fans in the distress and confusion caused by the announcement of Suhan's return on the 11th. We deeply regret that we prioritized the production stance over the growth that the 6 members of Rise have worked so hard to achieve. The invaluable support from the Breeze that has been their greatest source of strength in the precision time shared between Rise and Breeze fans," end quote. Suhan made his announcement through a handwritten letter saying he did not mean to cause confusion and thought it was best for himself to leave the group. He also expressed that fans should continue to show love to Rise. Turner Classic Movies has announced the dates for the TCM Classic Film Festival on Tuesday. The 2025 festival will be held on April 24th to 27th in Hollywood, California. The theme for the festival will be Grand Illusions, Fantastic Worlds on Film. They have not announced any titles of films, but the selections include myths, magical creatures, ghost, and time travel. Possible film selections could be Back to the Future, which will be celebrating its 40th anniversary, and The Time Machine, marking its 65th anniversary. The theme this past year's festival included the 30th anniversary of Pulp Fiction, reuniting cast members John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, and Uma Thurman. This will also mark the 15th anniversary of the TCM Classical Film Festival. TCM will host a pop-up event on January 25th in New York City with 3 programs so people on the East Coast can still participate. Passes will go on sale in December. That's it for this week's What in the World. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Piece by Piece hit theaters this weekend, telling the story of Pharrell Williams in the form of Lego. Alex Kendall may be in LA, but that's not stopping her from building a review for you guys.
What's up, hashtag? It's your favorite Cali girl, Alex, and I'm here to talk about the new biopic, Piece by Piece. I was lucky enough to see an advanced screening of it on October 4th with a special guest that you don't want to miss. But let's get right into it. The movie is a documentary on the life of singer, songwriter, and music producer Pharrell Williams through the Lego lens. The movie runs from his childhood to his successes in the music and fashion industries. It's a vibrant story of success featuring artists like Kendrick, Justin Timberlake, and Snoop Dogg, all in their own Lego minifigure versions of themselves. While other biopics are filmed in traditional styles, such as talking head interviews or reenactments, Pharrell invites us into his world to experience life through his eyes. Through this medium, opportunities for beautiful visuals were unlimited. In one particular segment, Pharrell talks about his synesthesia, which is depicted beautifully throughout the film, eventually occurring again as a regular motif for his beats that he makes. According to Mortal Neville, this project has been in the works for 5 years, with Pharrell initially disagreeing to it because of the popularity of biopics skyrocketing, and he didn't want to do everything that everyone else was doing. The reason that he changed his mind was because he was told that he could do it his own way. And from that point on, audio was collected remotely during the pandemic. During talks with LEGO, Pharrell actually pioneered several designs to make it more authentic to the African American community. According to Variety, there were long talks about increasing the variety in skin tone and hair, and plenty of different outfits. I was lucky enough to be one of the first crowds to view the movie during an advanced screening where Pharrell himself made an exciting guest appearance. Personally, I think he did a great job. The pacing, the color, the commentary were all on par with traditional biopics. Not only was it unique, it was entirely Pharrell, and that is what made it entertaining and memorable. So I'm gonna give it 8 hashtags out of 10. It is a must-see. With the success of this film, I hope to see more documentaries taking these risks and unique style changes to push these boundaries on how they want to tell their films. Pharrell truly built this movie up brick by Lego brick, and you can tell that it paid off. The time and dedication it took to craft this masterpiece was well worth it, and I would absolutely watch it again. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Signing off from Hollywood, it's Alex, and I'm throwing it back to Hamden. We will be right back after this short commercial break.
I don't know about you, Zach, but I just took my temperature and it seems to be social. Here with the social temperature is Emily Katz.
Thanks guys, I got so much to talk about with social media this week. For small videos, they carry some big news, so let's dive right in. It's hard to ignore how scrolling through our favorite platforms has transformed into an exaggerated shopping experience. From Facebook to Instagram, YouTube to the new TikTok shop, social commerce options are taking over our feeds. Social commerce allows retailers to reach consumers directly through social media platforms. And because of this trend, shopping has become more interactive and personalized than ever before. From hair to food products, you can buy it all through e-commerce. This trend takes on various forms, from influencers reviewing brands to links underneath videos and even dedicated tabs just for shopping. According to Shopify, in the US, social commerce worth is predicted to reach $79.64 billion by 2025. And so it looks like e-commerce is here to stay, and is definitely a trend you will want to keep your eye on. Moving beyond this common shopping feature, social media platforms have become our go-to destination for social networking, news, and entertainment. According to explodingtopics.com, nearly 5 billion people currently use social media, accounting for more than 61% of the world's population. Not only has user interaction increased, but also the amount of the time spent on social media platforms. According to explodingtopics.com, our social media usage takes up more than a third of total time spent online. A key factor driving these trends is the normalized practice of doom scrolling, which is the addictive habit of endlessly scrolling through our personalized feeds. Our usage of social media has become a critical factor in our lives, but unfortunately will continue to raise concerns for inducing anxiety, causing depression, and even leading to decreased social skills. Gen Z is stealing the spotlight for many brands on social media. Both small businesses and well-known brands are jumping on the Gen Z takeover trend, also known as the Let Gen Z Write Your Marketing Script. This trend involves letting Gen Z employees create promotional videos with the twist of only using their generation's unique slang. This trend is on the rise with over 4,000 TikToks with the hashtag of #GenZMarketing. This wholesome marketing trend is bringing fun and authenticity back into brand campaigning, showing that sometimes it's okay to have a little fun with marketing, especially since it's clearly working. That's it for this week's Social Temperature. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
much difference can one vote make? Since 2023, more than 60 U.S. elections have been tied or won by just one vote. So this fall, your friend could be the tiebreaker. And that could make all the difference. People are more likely to vote when encouraged by a friend. So use your power to decide this election. Make sure you're good to vote and encourage your friends to make a voting plan at votevotevote.com.
Are you ready, EJ?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Whoa! Who's here to review the new Krabby Patty?
The hashtag producers.
Hey, hashtag! We're the hashtag producing staff, and today we're going to be trying Wendy's new SpongeBob-inspired Krabby Patty meal. Let's get right into it.
Hi, can I get 7 Krabby Patty meals? Sorry.
Okay, what are you thinking in terms of presentation right off the bat?
I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. I thought at least there would be a nice little SpongeBob over here, SpongeBob there, but they decided to go with, Wendy's as their character here.
Very underwhelming. Where is the theme here?
Mike, does this look like a Krabby Patty meal to you?
Not really. Like this looks exactly like a regular Wendy's meal. Like I feel like if they collaborate with McDonald's or something, McDonald's would have had like some like SpongeBob wrapper. And also I feel like there were a lot of missed opportunity to do like different types of fries or like Diet Dr. Kelp instead of like a pineapple frosty.
This might be the closest thing I've ever seen in real life to a Krabby Patty. I think this is absolute perfection.
It's not that bad.
It's definitely way better than your average Wendy's burger.
Yeah.
I already like Wendy's a lot as is, so I mean, this still tastes good, but I mean, this just tastes like a regular burger you can get at any time at
It's
Wendy's.
just a normal burger.
When I think of a Krabby Patty, this is exactly what comes to my mind.
I gotta say,
That's wonderful.
I think before I took a bite of this burger, I thought that I had lived as much life as possible. But now that I ate this, I feel like my mind has just been open.
Let's test out the fries. The
Okay,
fries
yeah.
are really good. Okay.
They're literally just Wendy's fries.
Yeah, these are literally taste exactly the same. Like good, but like
Okay, it's not that bad. It's just Wendy's fries. I love
Exactly.
Wendy's, so.
Nothing new and exciting here.
Just when I didn't think they could reinvent the potato, they did it with these fries. I just took a bite of this fry, and similar to the burger, I think that I'm never gonna look at fries the same again.
Which fast food place has the best fry? It's always Burger King,
Yeah.
McDonald's, Wendy's. The best fry is in the Krabby Patty meal.
Yeah. So I think that if Wendy's wants to keep themselves in business, they're gonna have to keep doing fries like this.
yo, it's really not bad.
It just tastes like vanilla. Oh, ah!
I feel like this is gonna taste like an ice cream. I've never had a Frosty before, so.
There is a hint of sweetness that I'm getting, but
Yeah, it just tastes like ice cream. It's nothing like big.
yeah, I think I got a note of that pineapple syrup, and it is very artificial. Doesn't really flow well with the vanilla.
No.
Not my favorite.
No.
First sip, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think this just ties the whole meal together perfectly.
It really makes up for the lack of the Diet Dr. Kelp.
It does, yeah. I am a little bit disappointed there's no Diet Dr. Kelp, but I think all of these, it's like, individually they're incredible, but when you put them together and get the whole meal, I just feel like my mind has been expanded and my third eye opened.
My Megalopolis review, I said I was going to give the lowest rating with 1 out of 10 hashtags. For the Krabby Patty meal as well, I'm also going to give 1 out of 10 hashtags.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this 5 hashtags out of 10.
I think I'm gonna give it 6 hashtags out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 hashtags.
So I think overall, I'm gonna have to give this like a 9 out of 10 hashtags.
I think I'm gonna have to give this one a 10 out of 10 hashtags.
I'm glad that we agree on it.
Thank you guys for tuning into the first ever hashtag taste test.
Back to you guys at the desk.
It's been a while, but we're back with this week's Hollywood update, and here to fill you in on everything, all the latest updates. Joining us at the desk is Ryan Ziax.
Thanks, guys. Hollywood never stops, so to catch you all up to speed, we're gonna get started. After the success of Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan and Matt Damon are reuniting on a new film set to release in 2026. According to Deadline, quote, Nolan is returning to Universal for his next film, with plans for an IMAX release on July 17th, 2026, end quote. Nolan is set to write and produce with Emma Thomas for Syncopy. Nolan and Damon also worked together on 2014's Interstellar, with Damon playing a supporting role in both films. This go-around, Damon will be playing the lead, with the film's plot still under wraps at the moment. With Nolan having tapped into genres like sci-fi, comic book films, dramas, and now period pieces, what kind of film would you like to see Nolan do next?
I'm going to start off, EJ. I think Christopher Nolan doing a horror film would do wonders in this day and age. The horror movie genre is a very great genre. It has so much potential, and you put a director like Nolan in the horror, like just doing anything in horror, I think that's really going to be great.
I really do like that idea. One of my favorite movies actually was Interstellar, which Nolan has directed. The special effects in that film, especially for being a little bit earlier in our generation, I do think they were really good. I do like the horror idea as well. I feel like the special effects that Nolan used for Interstellar could also be used towards those kind of movies, and I really would love to see that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Those kind of special effects can really lend to this day and age. I know he likes to go practical, and we haven't seen a lot of practical stuff in horror movies for a while, so it definitely could be something really special to watch.
I'm also excited to see Damon's introduction to the lead role again. The last movie that I specifically remember seeing him in that leading role was The Martian. I've not fully seen that movie, but I have heard that it was very critically acclaimed, and I'm looking forward to seeing him back in that leading role position.
Yeah, I very much second what's all been said here, especially thinking about the kind of horror-like scenes in Oppenheimer. I feel like Nolan could do wonders in that genre. And moving onwards, Christopher Nolan used to work with DC, and now the current DCU has their new Green Lanterns. Aaron Pierre, most known for Rebel Ridge, will be playing Jon Stewart, while Kyle Chandler, most known for Friday Night Lights, is playing Hal Jordan. We will see them in the upcoming HBO series Lanterns and potentially in James Gunn's Superman. Chandler will now be the second actor to play Hal Jordan in live action, the first being Ryan Reynolds in 2011's Green Lantern. With this being the first time we've seen Green Lanterns on the screen since then. Chandler's Hal Jordan will serve as a mentor to Pierre's Jon Stewart, a fitting role for Coach Taylor. Hosts, what do you think of these castings and do they fit these characters?
Zach, I'm going to start off here. I am a big superhero fan. I love the DCEU and I love everything that is happening with that, along with that James Gunn's introduction, along with all those movies. However, I want to take a step back and I want to say that I think Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern gets way too much hate. I actually did really like it. I thought that was one of the better films that they produced so far. I mean, I did not like Batman vs. Superman. I saw that for my birthday, and obviously I walked out of the theater very unhappy, but I did honestly really like Green Lantern. And I know it was not mentioned, but Nathan Fillion will also be joining the cast. However, I do think they should be making this a feature-length film rather than a series on HBO. Obviously, they've had success from shows that more recently coming up, like The Penguin, but I am really looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing.
I'm just astonished at that take. I cannot disagree with you more about the Lanterns. I think Lanterns as a show is such a great idea, especially having Chandler in that mentor role. When I initially heard him and Fillion, I really didn't like the casting. I thought it was. I honestly think they were too old, but having them being mentors now, I really think that's a good idea.
Yeah, really compelling stuff, guys. And well, it was truly a pleasure joining you at the desk today. That's all the time we have for the Hollywood News Update. I may be signing off, but you'll still have a little more of these two after this short commercial break.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Woo.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
EJ, it's always been interesting seeing an athlete go from the field to the big screen. And me and EJ are going to play a game this week of athletes who have been in our favorite films. Let's get started.
Which movie did Michael Jordan star in? A, Die Hard, B, Total Recall, C, Terminator, or D, Space Jam? Zach, I do think we both know the answers to this, but would you like to start off with the answer?
It's D, like my grade in sociology.
Space Jam. That's one of my favorite movies. I think the remake with LeBron James was questionable, but Space Jam was definitely a cult classic.
Yeah, I love Space Jam. Great movie growing up.
Which movie did Shaquille O'Neal star in? A, Heat, B, Point Break, C, Steel, and D, Total Recall.
EJ, I know the answer. Do you know the answer?
I do believe I do know the answer, and if we'll say it on 3, 1, 2, 3,
Steel.
Let's go. I feel like we got
tied
a mutual understanding.
Two apiece, everybody. Two apiece.
Two apiece.
Let's see the next one.
All right. Which show did Tom Brady guest star in? A, Entourage, B, Arrested Development, C, The Wire, D, Lost. So I did not brush up on my shows.
I did not as well. I'm going to guess.
Take a guess.
I am going to guess B, Arrested Development.
I do like that guess. However, I'm going to have to go out on a limb here. I'm getting a calling. I'm getting a calling from this answer. I'm going to guess C, The Wire.
Correct answer is
We both got it incorrect. Entourage, Season 6, Episode 5.
I've heard it's a great show.
Yes. I definitely heard those things.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see the next one.
Which show did Terry Crews star in? A, Malcolm in the Middle, B, ER, C, Everyone Hates Chris, and D, Mad Men.
I know the answer to this one,
I
EJ.
also do know the answer.
What is it?
It is Everyone Hates Chris.
Yes, it is. Everyone Hates Chris. We're tied at 3 apiece, folks.
Yes.
Definitely a great show.
He also starred in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Another great show.
That was a good show.
Next question. Which show did Serena Williams guest star in? A, Law and Order, B, Dexter, C, 911, or D, Westworld?
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know like 50 different celebrities not on the show have starred in Law and Order, so I'm just going to say A, Law and Order.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I'm going to go with C, 911, because it's set in Los Angeles. Let's see the answer.
Right. Oh, look who's right. I'm right. Oh. My intuitions are never wrong.
There's a
gut feeling.
There's a million seasons of that show. It's like the One Piece for like just white men. I don't know.
All right, I'm leading now. I'm leading.
All right, next question.
Let's see.
Which movie did Mike Tyson star in? A, Hot Rod, B, The Hangover, C, Dodgeball, or D, Step Brothers? Right. Now, EJ, me and you are both guys. We both know this answer.
Fun fact, I've actually not fully seen this movie.
Neither have I.
But I will say the answer is The Hangover.
It is The Hangover. B, just like my grade in sociology last year.
You and your sociology, I think you need to get a tutor.
Oh yeah, totally. All right, do we have one more question on us tonight?
What is your favorite athlete, performance, or cameo? Oh my goodness, I have my answer. You start. I'll let you start.
It's got to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane. Great comedic actor.
All right. I will have to say my favorite is LeBron James in Trainwreck. Little obscure pick here, but we'll go with that.
Well, that's all the time we have this week on #that.
Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts to stay up to date.
I'm Zach Stokinger.
And I'm EJ Gorman. From the producers, talent, and everyone working hard behind the scenes, thank you for watching #that, and we'll see you again next week.